Okay, and we are live. Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in here. We're here for a very fun live stream, I think. So if you're tuning in to this one, then welcome. Looking forward to showing you some really cool guitars today. As you guys might have seen from the title, it is in fact my birthday today, but I thought, you know what? I really look forward to these streams. I'm going to still do this today. And I just figured I would share with you some of my favorite guitars. Just as like a fun little thing to do. And I know a lot of you ask those types of questions too. So I will share with you 100% honestly, just like I normally do, about my preferences with these guitars. And I'll be really happy to chat with you. So I already see some comments here. My goodness. How cool. Let me see here. Oh, it's making me click all these things. Oh, I should have clicked the vertical stream thing, but you know what? It doesn't let me do that now. I wonder if I click end stream and restart, if I'll be okay. You know what? I will. I'm going to try clicking end stream so I can... Nah, never mind. I'm going to leave it as is. I'm worried that it doesn't come back. I don't really know how that works. So... anyways, what's up, you all? Okay, what's up, Mike, Kelly, Mark Usharovich? Oh, thanks, guys. Ahmed, Dennis, Guy Noir, Sergio, Vincenzo. What's up, you all? Thanks. I just came here to collect happy birthday wishes from you all. So, as you all see from the title, I am going to share with you some of my personal favorite guitars. These are not for sale. It's not a trick. I'm not going to be fishing for a nice offer for any of these guitars. These are all ones in my personal collection that I really enjoy playing. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of people might think this way when it comes to guitars. For me, that it's a big secret which ones I like, and that really the ones that I own are so far above all the others that I sell or something. It's not the case at all. In fact, I'm playing some of these guitars and then I'm thinking, oh gosh, well maybe that other one that I had was better. Or it's constantly the case for me. When you're dealing with great guitars, you honestly are always conflicted because there's a great thing about one and then the other one has this other great quality. And then maybe it lacks in another area, or maybe one's easier to play and then the other one's better sounding. There's always conflicts like this. So I'll be happy to share you where the conflicts are, even within my own collection here of personal instruments. And that I think that'll be fun as well. I'll roast my favorite guitars. Thank you, Yaniv. Thank you, Angelica. Congratulations all for your new year of life. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to this live link up. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Hope to meet you someday soon. And that goes for everyone here. Brian, thanks so much. Hugo, thank you. Ahmed, hello. Hello from Wales. Ridgeway Classical Guitar, awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to be trying to still keep this one under 1 hour. And I'll also try to field questions that you all have about these instruments because they're particularly fascinating and special for me as well. And I wanted to tell you also, it's a little sort of tale about guitars, I suppose. And I think many of you, this story is not for many of you because a lot of you here understand that you don't need like the brand new guitar that just came out necessarily for it to be a great guitar. Every single one of my guitars here, and including some others that are in my personal collection that I'm not showing today, as I just want to keep it to 3 guitars, not get too crazy. Almost, if not, I think every single one of my favorite guitars that I have were previously discarded by somebody else. So none of these guitars that I'm showing you today were built for me, nor was it a situation where there was only one owner before. In fact, I'm aware of the history of all 3 of these guitars, and all of them had more than one owner in the past. And some of them I know directly, actually all 3 of which I know several of the owners of the past. And they sold these guitars in favor of something else. And that's just how it goes sometimes with great instruments. A lot of times, the reason I'm saying this is a lot of times I get emails from people saying like, well, why did the previous owner decide to sell it? what did they go to next? As if the next guitar was a better guitar. That is not always the case. And it may be the case for that person who's switching to another guitar, but it's not always the case for that instrument and being like not as good or something. It's for me, I know this never exists. So when someone's looking to let go of an instrument, it's never clouded by the idea of, oh, well, they must have gotten a better guitar, right? There's just no such thing. It might be a better guitar to them, but it's not a better guitar to everybody. So that's just like my little side topic there about instruments. So when someone decides to sell a guitar, it does not mean it's trash. In fact, I found my very favorite guitars from someone else's trash, I guess. You know, that's never the case with any of these fine guitars. No one thought of them as bad guitars or trash, but they end up becoming irreplaceable for me. Okay, I'm gonna actually back up a little bit. I realize I'm so close to these mics, and I'm gonna get started showing you some of these guitars. Guy Noir says, glad you have a Rodriguez in your collection. Every collection needs at least one. Totally. I actually have several Rodriguez's right now. Well, I thought I would start out with a bang for you guys, and also in spirit of the fun of my birthday here, which is one of my most precious guitars, which is this 2009 Matthias Dammann. Now, you guys probably know that his instruments are, you know, played on by like all of the most important luminaries of classical guitar: David Russell, Manuel Barrueco, and Pablo Sanz-Viejas, Monsu, Beijing Duo. I mean, a lot of people play on these instruments, and they are certainly the hardest instrument to get these days of a living luthier, and maybe even amongst all of the now past luthiers, this is in the I would say, I think I could easily say this is in second place only to Torres, as being the most sought after instruments that are hard to find. Well, this one, honestly, from the moment I first played a note on it, I thought it was the very best guitar I'd ever played in my life. And this was actually only a few years ago. And maybe we could all relate to this experience that when I first played it, I was both overjoyed with just how wonderful it sounded, but I was also very angry. I was just like, this is so much better than my other instruments that it makes me upset, because I didn't own the guitar at the time. And, you know, it's not like I wasn't a big lover of guitars a few years ago. You know, I had a lot of great instruments, and I'd played a lot of great instruments. But something about the very first notes on this guitar made me realize that it wasn't, there's a reason for the hype of these great Dammann guitars. But this isn't a magical tale about how I own the best guitar of all time. I'll tell you something that happened to me, and it also, I think, will reflect well on you all's personal experiences with guitars as well. And that is that with this guitar, when I first played it, I was completely overjoyed by it. But then over time, I noticed its flaws, like we all discover. If any of you have bought a guitar from me or from anywhere else, you probably realize, right, there's some really great qualities about it, but then over time you notice the things that, like, little areas you might have to work around, or something that's funny about the playability or the sound or whatever it is. And I'm here to tell you that unfortunately that never goes away. There's never a perfect guitar. At least I haven't played one yet, but I have played many that are very close to it. And that's what makes it so exciting. These things are living beings in a way, and that's part of the beauty in discovering these different instruments and searching for the right one for you. But wow, what can I say about this 2009 Dammann? Well, it's so loud. And it has such an organic sound, at least in my opinion. has such an incredible dynamic range. And you know, it's one of these miracle guitars where like the bass is just so overwhelmingly awesome. I mean, very deep. But the trebles are just so beautifully bright and chimey. Well, okay, so I'll talk about some of the flaws of this guitar. I mean, one is the scale length in some ways. It's not really a flaw, right? For some people, it might be perfect. This is 6/64 scale. And I also attribute that a little bit to its just power and how exciting this guitar is. So, you know, one of the things about this guitar that always draws me to it is just, well, one, the light touch, the very light touch that's required to play this. And now, actually, it takes some adjustment. Sorry, I'm realizing there's such a reflection. Let me see. Yeah, it's, you know what, let's see. Does this make it better? How about that, y'all? Does that make it better? You can let me know. I'm going to move this so that I can see the chat better. Cool. Anyways, it requires such a light touch, and honestly, coming from something like the Miguel Rodriguez, which I'll show you shortly, it really requires an adjustment. I mean, this is not a guitar that just anybody picks up and knows how to play. It's a very particular instrument that's extremely sensitive. And I would say if you approach the guitar in kind of like a rambunctious way where you're not paying so much attention to your nails and your sound, this will be a god-awful instrument for you. I mean, I'm telling you the truth. And there's a handful of other makers that'll be the case with. This is an instrument that makes you want to constantly file your nails until you get it right. And I think it's for a good reason, because, you know, it's very, very sensitive. And an instrument that's very sensitive is also going to like pick up every little detail in your hands and in your nails. So if I strike that string just a little bit off, I might get a thin sound, I might get a bright sound, and that's what I mean by sensitivity, right? Depending on how I strike the string, just little details, little variances in the way I strike it, it makes a huge difference. There's a very high skill ceiling on this guitar, or at least learning ceiling. And I'll tell you, once the romanticism faded away, because of course when you have like your dream instrument in your mind and then you acquire it, once the romanticism fades away, you start noticing more things. And of course, it's not all colored by this idea that it's the best instrument in the entire world and nothing will ever touch it. Then you start coming to terms with like what the reality is of the instrument. And the reality that comes when I play this guitar, I pick it up in the morning, it's the first guitar I play. If that's the case, I'm immediately a little bit bothered by the guitar, to be honest, because I'm like, gosh, I sound bad. And did I just get worse as a guitarist overnight? You know, this is the type of feeling that I have when I pick up this guitar. And to be honest, with several other very incredible instruments that I've owned over time or gotten a chance to play, like the best Hausers that I've ever played, have also given me that same feeling. I pick up a really great Hauser, and I just feel like I make really bad sound, you know? But then you start carving away at your nails, you start adjusting the way you play, you start warming up a little bit. And you start noticing, oh wow, if I'm very controlled, then it's really a miracle. And you know, like, I mean, just listen to this guitar. It's so sensitive. With every single little dynamic that you do, it picks it up. Every single motion of your hands. And again, this balance of like rich depth in the bass. There's something about the trebles. It's like the first string, you would guess would be really crass and bright and just, you know, with how bright these guitars can be. Sorry, I see a lot of comments. I can't wait to get to them here. But, you know, you'd expect it with all of that sensitivity and clarity that these guitars have. I mean, they're the clearest guitars. You get to the first string, you play this melody. And somehow it's just this silky, smooth, buttery sound, you know? I think you can see it's an incredible guitar, but you know, it reminds me of something that you'll hear people say about double top guitars. There's clearly some people out there on YouTube and in this beautiful world of guitar that are very anti double top and anti Dammann. You know, will say that they're just one color and that there's nothing expressive that you can get from it. And of course, everyone is entitled to their own opinions, and some of those strongest opinions that you'll hear actually have very intimate knowledge of Matthias Dammann's guitars and the like other makers that make in this style. And they're not wrong in their experience for playing the guitar and disliking it, because I can tell you that from my own experience playing these guitars, there is a lot to dislike about it. And there is a lot there's a lot to be said about the match between player and instrument. But I'll tell you something that I feel is really wrong about some of the opinions that you'll hear about these guitars, which is that they have no colors and that it's just about volume. You'll hear people say that a lot, that like, it's just volume. People are just chasing volume. It's a bunch of brainless young guitarists that don't search for colors anymore. I honestly think, now maybe someday I change my opinion on all this, but I honestly do not feel that way at all. I think it's complete opposite from the truth, and I think the most profound sounds and colors can be pulled from an instrument like this one. And I'm reminded by that when I play a piece like the one that I just did. Every little touch and detail I have to choose in order for it to come out. It's not something that the guitar is just defaulting to a sound. So I'm actively choosing exactly what sound I want to come out of this guitar. And I do think that sometimes some of the unfavorable opinions about double tops, or at least Matthias Dammann's guitars and the similar, are coming from people that maybe didn't give it enough of a chance to adjust to their hands, to adjust to it and to figure out how to pull the best sounds from it. And then also it's a mismatch of playing and style sometimes. If you're someone that plays with a rather bright technique, or your nails aren't properly set up, or maybe you produce sound in a different way than at least the people that are fans of these guitars do, you may not be able to create a wonderful sound that you enjoy out of it. So again, it can be valid, these choices, these opinions, but to say that these are one-dimensional instruments that are only about volume is one of the most ridiculous things, if you were to get to know an instrument like this one. Well, I think that's enough of a rant about Dammann's here. Let me see some comments. I'm going to scroll up here a little bit. Oh yeah, that was Maria Luisa by Sagreras. Mark says, such a coolest way to celebrate your birthday and live stream with fan audience and favorite instruments. Hey, good. I'm glad you like the idea. Nothing's for sale. That's the title of this stream. I think it might be our birthday. That's great. Angelica says, I love that sound. These Matthias Dammann instruments also captivate me in a mysterious way. It's hard to put it into words, and have done for many, many years now. Oh, gosh. Yeah, you all should check out Angelica's channel if you haven't already. I'm sure you've seen her videos. But yeah, her Dammann instruments, I think from the 90s, are yours, correct? And you have a very new Julian Dammann also, I think I've seen in your videos. They're beautiful. They sound so beautiful. So thank you, DSW. I appreciate it. Mike Kelly. I thought it was the opposite with modern cedar guitars. A spruce house would be more likely to punish bad nails and technique. No, you know what? It's such a strange thing. I mean, Hausers and Dammanns actually have much more alike than you would imagine. And both are extremely sensitive guitars that punish bad sound. But you know what? We can't lump things into like spruce traditional guitars and cedar double tops, because I have cedar double tops, unfortunately not one that I'm showing here today, but I have cedar double tops that are completely opposite of Matthias Dammann guitars, and not in a good or a bad way. You know, it's not in a bad way. They're just completely different instruments. So for instance, if I could say my Martin Blackwell that I have right over there, that guitar is very forgiving. It's a cedar double top. It's a very forgiving guitar of a rough sound or technique or whatever. And I love it for that reason. Anyways, moving on a little bit. I now understand why I sound better on my cheap knockabout in the morning warm-up than my concert instrument. I recently heard a luthier say that about double tops on a YouTube interview. Oh, sorry, don't know which one you mean. But I'm curious on playability claim. I have a low-cost Aria class out of here and hear that a higher-end guitar more playable. I'm curious your comments about how you've had to have your nails filed. Oh, it's a big topic. I wish I could cover it all today, but higher-end guitar does not mean more playable, though. In fact, sometimes I'm having to give the feedback to luthiers who build extremely expensive guitars that I find it very hard to play. And that's one of I would say that's actually my first criteria when I decide to take in a guitar or not, is it easy to play? Because I'll tell you this, if the guitar is not easy to play, then it's not a guitar worth playing. Now, there are some things about a guitar that's not easy to play, like if the action's really high. For a lot of people, they'll like a low action. This is usually a very simple thing to solve. It's not something wrong with the guitar. But sometimes there's a myriad of issues with a guitar, whether it's the shape of the neck or something peculiar going on with the sound or fingerboard or relief in the neck that makes it very difficult to play. So, yeah, in general, when you invest more money in a guitar, you'd hope that it's more playable than your previous. But honestly, Yamaha CG40, a guitar that you can find for $40 on Craigslist, sometimes might be a better playing guitar than some of the guitars that unfortunately people are spending 10, 20,000 euros on. You know, it's just kind of how it goes. So you have to you have to watch out. So, anyways, there's lots of things that go into playability, though, and I covered some of those. The shape of the neck, the string height, and I think one of the most underrated things is the sound. Sometimes a guitar can be set up perfectly. I mean, sometimes I'm still confused by it. I check the action. It's exactly where I like it. The shape of the neck feels pretty good. And then I'm sitting there, I'm like, why does this feel so hard to play? And it turns out the notes are really short all over the fingerboard. The sustain's really... the sustains are really bad all over the fingerboard. That can make it feel like it's hard to play. It makes you squeeze harder. You're buzzing more. These types of things. For instance, even this, which I've talked so colorfully about, my 2009 Dammann here, I find this a much harder guitar to play than, for instance, the Dennis Tolz guitar that I'm going to show you next. And the action's very low on this. It is 64 scale. But it's because of the sensitivity of the instrument and how much I have to tiptoe that makes it feel harder to play for me sometimes. So anyways, what waltz did you play at the beginning? Maria Luisa by Sagreras. Yeah, sound is a very intimate experience and a matter of personal taste. Absolutely. It sure is. I would argue it's a matter of personal taste, and it's a matter of, when it comes to guitars, it's a matter of how you match with an instrument. I remember I was at a friend's house when we were trying out their Dominique Field guitar, and him and I were trying out this person's Dominique Field guitar, and I loved it. I thought it was one of the best Fields I'd ever played, and he sounded really bad on it, and he's an amazing, amazing player. But that's just one of those experiences where he's just like, yeah, it's nothing special to me. I'm like, you're out of your mind. This is one of the best guitars I've ever played. So it's just how it goes, matching with instruments. And likewise, he thought I sounded good on it, and I thought he sounded bad on it. So. Well, that's enough Dammann, huh? We're tired of it. So let's move on. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. Look at this. Beautiful Brazilian rosewood back and sides. I've got like a little protector thing stuck back here, but it comes right off. Okay. So next up, wow, I've been long-winded. I've probably lost you guys. Is everyone still here? Are you guys doing okay? Yeah. Okay, so we are going to go to the next guitar, another personal favorite of mine. And this is a guitar by the German luthier, now based in Kiel, used to be one of the Berlin luthiers, Dennis Tolz. Now, I would say these are very different double tops than Matthias Dammann guitars. Very, very different. Total different playing experience and sonic experience in a wonderful way. And this one I just think is so beautiful. It's a spruce top, spruce double top with Honduran rosewood back and sides that I just love the color and figuring of. Like, you can spot this guitar from a mile away. And this is not an older guitar, but I mean, now it's like a 7-year-old guitar. This one was built in 2019. And the reason I kind of say older like that is because this one it doesn't have his raised fingerboard or waveguide in here like his newer instruments do, which I also have one of those. This one is a little bit more traditional in that there's no raised fingerboard and there's no tornavos here. But I think it's a very, very special guitar, and it's one that I always come back to. In fact, I've played a number of concerts on this guitar. And what's really special about this guitar to me is that I feel like of maybe all of my double tops, that it is one, sorry, I was getting a phone call. It is one that I think best imitates both sides. A lot of people might play this and not know it's a double top, even if your ear is really keen to these, really sensitive to these things and hearing the double tops. This one sounds like a traditional guitar to me. And I just love this guitar. I mean, I'll tell you some of the things that I think about it. So one is that it's a very low, it's like E or E flat main air resonance here. It's very, very deep. Like the Dammann is, this Matthias Dammann that I was just showing you. It's very, very deep, low main air resonance. Yet I don't feel shortages in sustain anywhere. And I haven't played this guitar yet today, so it's actually waking up, and I noticed this guitar does that. I'll play a little bit of Julio Florida by Barrios. So, an absolutely lovely guitar, and it's so open, so resonant. And so colorful. I think it's a very easy guitar to play. Of course, Dennis Tolz also has a connection with David Russell in the way that Matthias Dammann does. David Russell had played one of Dennis Tolz's guitars at a festival, and many years ago now, and gave him some valuable feedback about the guitar and really worked with him on the playability of the guitar and I believe some things with the sound as well. And over time, he got several of his instruments, and you can see many videos on YouTube and Facebook where David Russell posts a lot of videos of him playing his Dennis Tolz guitar and recording on it. And I think he has such a fantastic recorded sound on this guitar. Yep, and of course these are very difficult guitars to find. They, I think Dennis told me last time I said something like a 10-year wait list, and he's like, actually it's 12 or 15, or I can't remember what he said. But it's a very long wait list for his guitars, and he's not someone who cranks out 20 guitars a year or something. He's a very slow builder, puts a lot of care into his work. And I just find that this is such an inspiring instrument to play. It could be one of my desert island guitars. And that's how all of these are that I'm showing you here today. So it's a lot of fun for me. See, it's got the ability to really punch, but also has a very sweet sound. Fun to play, and when I have this out, I'm like, wow, why don't I play this every day? You know, but I'm busy over here recording. I promise. It is a full-time job and then some. Makes me want to play this. Do you guys know this? It's Tengo Maria by Targa. Let's see some comments here. Wow, the Tolz is a fantastic sound. Yeah, Paul says, I love the sound of the Tolz. Ross, happy birthday. Hey, thanks so much. It sounds elegant and sophisticated, but it's also powerful. Thanks. Yeah, it's it's quite a powerful guitar, but it's understated when you play it the first time versus other double tops. You may not feel, I kind of feel sometimes that you may not feel it's quite as loud as some of the others on the first impact, but then the like what you said, it's powerful and it really carries. The sound really carries. There's great projection in the sound. So, oh, what's up, Beatrix? Good to see you. Happy birthday. Thank you. I got your message as well. That's nice for you to tune in. It's a fun day here, getting to share with you all some of my favorite instruments, and just some of them, okay? I'm not showing you my actual favorites. I'm showing you ones. No, I'm kidding. These are just very special instruments to me, and I guess I'll move on to the third guitar here, which is a departure from the double top world. Gasp. But you all already know this if you've been watching my channel, is that I have a Miguel Rodriguez guitar that I really love that used to belong to Angel Romero. Although this is the case with a lot of these Miguel Rodriguez guitars, have gone through the Romero family. This one is a particularly special one. And my fun little story with this one is, I got this one in to represent someone did not want this guitar, and I was supposed to sell it. And to be honest with you, I was really not looking forward to getting this guitar in, because the longer scale length, I just thought like, it's gonna be like a difficult guitar to play, and you know what, I don't really know if I'm gonna want to represent it, because I just really didn't like at the time the idea of 6/64 scale like this guitar is. And then I played a few notes on it, and I was like, holy cow. I mean, not only did it sound incredible, of course, that's the first thing that stuck out to me, but I was also just like, oh my gosh, it's so easy to play. And again, you guys have probably heard me tell this story, but I don't think you've heard the guitar. So this one is just incredible. It has very tall and wide, like bass guitar frets. This is 6/64 scale with a 54 millimeter nut. Both a very low action, and it's so easy to play. In fact, actually, I don't think the action is that low. It's one of the rare guitars that I haven't adjusted the action on to go a little bit lower to my normal preference, because I really love using and abusing this guitar. Like, I love playing really loud on it and just really rambunctiously, and I don't want to peak the microphones here, but this is a guitar that I play all the time. For one, I like that there's marks in this guitar. It is not in pristine condition, although it's not in bad condition either. But you know, it's one that I'm not embarrassed to play, like, not embarrassed, I'm not like scared to like play loud and hard on, because I don't worry about putting an extra scratch in it. And it's just such an exciting guitar to play on. And again, relating to this story that I said at the beginning of the stream, maybe some of you were here and some of you weren't, but this is a guitar that I keep on finding out about more previous owners about it. Like, I'll be talking to someone, maybe even someone here watching. I'll be talking on the phone and saying like about guitars we own, and I say, oh, I've got a really great Rodriguez, and they said, oh, you know what, I've got a really great one. I had a really great one from 1990, and I was like, was it this one? I sent them a photo of the back, because the back is pretty distinctive on this one. And they're like, it was that one. That was a great guitar. I regret selling it. I've had that conversation with, I think, 3 different people, which is really funny. I'll tell you this one, it's not leaving my hands. So that's kind of how it goes, is sometimes guitars end up in your hands that were the reject in some ways of other people's instruments, and this one is just incredible. And it's a great match for me. I love playing this guitar. has a little shimmer to it. And this second string is just to die for me. I've not heard anything quite like it on a traditional guitar. Just an incredibly special guitar. Let's see some comments here. Leonardo says, happy birthday, Evan. What's up, Leo? I think you should get a guitar for your birthday. Oh, thank you. What are you going to send me? Your Canon? Love your guitar humidors. Can you tell us who the maker? Yeah, they're made by Acoustic Remedy. Acoustic Remedy. If you Google that, you'll find it. They're very nice, although I have some criticism about them too. You know, and in particular, whereas I have these like plastic Hercules guitar stands next to me, those are a lot more difficult to get guitars in and out safely. You have to like open the case and you have to like, you know, you feel like you're in Mission Impossible with like laser beams next to you. So you don't want to bang the guitar against the side. But I tell you what, you get used to it and it's beautiful. Those cases look so cool. And you can get them made however you like. They're just expensive. The Rodriguez sounds great. I can see why you're so keen. It's got charm, but also a bit of a bite to the sound. Yeah. Thanks, Angelica. Guy Noir says Rodriguez. Now you're talking. Ex Romero. Yeah. Mike Kelly says, how many guitars do you own? That's a secret. It's just a beautiful guitar with so much power and character to the sound. It's such a fun guitar to play, and again, you can play very, very sporadically on it. But yeah, cedar top. This one, for those of you that are Rodriguez nerds, it does have the floating brace where it touches here and is kind of just, it's not even glued at the edges here. This one's from 1980. And it's just incredibly special. I got to dust this thing off. It's dusty. So what happens to the guitars that that end up getting played less because I have to make videos on others. So, well, you guys, I have to say, it's been so much fun celebrating. I've got some other plans today here. And I wanted to say, in the next few days, you're going to be seeing a lot of cool new instruments pop up because I'll have a lot of photographs done of new arrivals. And if you are curious about a guitar that I have in stock, please don't write to me about the ones I've shown you here today. But if you're curious about the ones that I have in stock, anyone that mentions this live stream here today, I will give a special discount to. So, and that means if it's soon after this live stream, otherwise people will see this weeks later and say, can I still get this? So anyways, thank you all so much for tuning in. These are so much fun. I love these live streams, and sharing beautiful guitars on this platform has been a dream of a lifetime for me. So it's a nice sort of way to wrap up my 33rd year of life as I move into my 34th year. I'm 34 years old today. And I will be sure to chat with you guys soon. I've got a video releasing on a beautiful Dominique Field guitar tomorrow from 1998. And thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm seeing your comments roll in, so I'll read those and then head out. Let's see. Thank you so much for the super birthday live stream. I'm so glad. Thank you all. Sergio, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I wish you a good day and a year with a lot of new guitars. I'm sure it will be one of those again. So, all right, you all. Have a great rest of your day.